Welcome to Bible Wisdom Walk. Today we embark on a soul-stirring journey, a journey to unravel a question that has puzzled biblical scholars for centuries. Why did Gershom and Eliezer, the sons of Moses, the great leader who parted the Red Sea and guided the Israelites through the wilderness, fade silently from the pages of biblical history? Were they merely forgotten by time? Or does their quiet disappearance hold a profound purpose in God's divine plan? In this video, we will dive deep into the ancient Hebrew texts. We will uncover hidden clues, and we will reveal a shocking truth about their legacy, a truth that carries a powerful, unspoken lesson for those who dare to serve in the shadows. Stay with us until the end, because the answer will transform how you understand success and purpose through the lens of Scripture. Part 1. Gershom and Eliezer. Names that carry a soul. When we think of Moses, we picture a towering figure, a leader who spoke face-to-face with God, a man who led Israel out of Egyptian slavery, a prophet who received the Ten Commandments atop Mount Sinai. But behind this legacy of greatness, Moses was also a man, a father, a husband, a human navigating the trials of life. In his extraordinary journey, Moses left behind not only a nation, but also two sons, Gershom and Eliezer. Gershom, his firstborn, carries a name rich with meaning in Hebrew. Ger, meaning foreigner or stranger. This name is more than a label. It's a story. It echoes the years Moses spent in exile in Midian. Once a prince in Pharaoh's palace, he became a nameless shepherd in a foreign land. Gershom embodies Moses' loneliness, his sense of being an outsider, a man caught between worlds, a name that whispers of struggle and resilience. Eliezer, the younger son, bears a name filled with hope. Eliezer, my God is my help. This name is a living testament to God's faithfulness. When Moses fled from Pharaoh's wrath, when all seemed lost, God was his refuge, his guide. Eliezer is a reminder that even in our darkest moments, God is our strength, our ever-present help, a beacon of hope in the wilderness of life. Part 2. Moses, the leader, balancing mission and family. Moses was more than the man who parted the Red Sea, more than the leader who faced Pharaoh. He was a father, a husband, a man torn between a divine calling and the responsibilities of family. His life was a tapestry, woven with moments of triumph and moments of quiet, personal struggle. In Exodus 4:20, we glimpse a powerful detail. Moses took his wife, Zipporah, and his sons, Gershom and Eliezer, with him as he returned to Egypt to fulfill God's command. This wasn't just a logistical choice, it was a statement. No matter how great his mission, family remained at the heart of Moses' journey. Picture this. After hours of wrestling with God's call, after facing the rebellion of his people, Moses returns to his tent. There, Gershom and Eliezer wait. Their presence, though unrecorded in grand detail, must have been a source of comfort, a reminder of God's faithfulness in the ordinary moments. Family, though not in the spotlight, was the foundation of Moses' strength. Imagine those quiet evenings in the desert. Moses, exhausted from leading a nation, sitting with his sons, perhaps teaching them about the God who called him. These moments, though hidden from history, shaped the man who shaped a nation. They remind us, even the greatest leaders are anchored by love, by home, by those they hold dear. Part 3. The mystery of Gershom and Eliezer's disappearance. Gershom and Eliezer appear in key moments of Moses' life. Yet as the story of Israel unfolds, they fade from the narrative. Why? Why do the sons of such a monumental figure leave no lasting mark? Were they overlooked by history? Or does their silence speak louder than we realize? One clue lies in the role of Aaron, Moses' brother. God appointed Aaron and his descendants as priests to lead Israel in worship. Aaron's sons, like Eleazar and Ithamar, took on sacred duties. Their names are etched in Scripture. But Gershom and Eliezer, they were not given such roles. They did not stand at the altar, nor hold high positions among the Israelites. The deeper reason lies in Moses' unique calling. He was not a priest. He was a prophet, a leader, chosen to hear God's voice directly, to guide a nation through the wilderness. Moses' role was singular, irreplaceable. His sons were not called to walk in his footsteps as leaders or priests. Instead, they may have served in quieter ways that history did not record. Consider this. In a nation of millions, not everyone is called to stand on the stage. Gershom and Eliezer may have lived humbly, supporting their people in the background. Perhaps they helped the weary in the camp, or preserved their father's teachings. Their lives remind us. God's plan includes both the seen and the unseen, the celebrated and the unsung. Part 4, a legacy of quiet service, lessons in humility. Though Gershom and Eliezer did not shine in the spotlight, their story carries a timeless legacy, a legacy of humble service. Their lives prove that not every calling is loud, not every purpose is celebrated, yet every act of faithfulness matters in God's grand design. In Romans 8:28, we are reassured, and we know that in all things, God works for the good of those who love him. Gershom and Eliezer may not have led armies or offered sacrifices, but their presence in Moses' family, in God's chosen people, was vital. Perhaps they cared for the vulnerable or upheld the faith in quiet ways. Their work, though unseen, was part of God's greater purpose. Think of those in our world today: the prayer warriors who intercede in secret, the volunteers who serve without applause, the parents who sacrifice daily for their children. These are the Gershoms and Eliezers of our time. Their efforts, though unnoticed, are precious to God. Their lives echo a truth. True greatness lies not in recognition, but in faithfulness. This lesson challenges us in a world obsessed with fame, with likes and followers. Gershom and Eliezer call us to a higher standard, to serve without seeking reward, to love without expecting praise, to trust that God sees. And that is enough. Part 5, conclusion. Living a life of eternal purpose. The story of Gershom and Eliezer is more than a footnote in Scripture. It is a call to live with purpose, to serve with humility, to trust in God's plan, even when our role feels small. Like Gershom and Eliezer, we are all invited to serve in our unique way. Whether our work is seen by millions or known only to God, every act of love, every prayer whispered in the night, every sacrifice made in secret, these are the threads in God's eternal tapestry. So take heart. You may feel unnoticed. Your efforts may seem small, but in God's eyes, no act of faithfulness is wasted. Your life, like that of Gershom and Eliezer, is part of a greater story, a story of redemption, of hope, of eternal impact. Apply this truth today. Serve where you are. Love those around you. Trust that God is weaving your efforts into His plan. Your legacy, though quiet, will echo in eternity. Thank you for joining us on Bible Wisdom Walk. If this message stirred your heart, please like, subscribe, and share. Let's continue to uncover the treasures of Scripture together. May God bless you richly, and may you find joy in your journey of faith.